everybody, and welcome to Everyday Science. Today we're gonna sterilize some seeds. So, if you want to grow seeds in a sterile environment, first what we gotta do is we've gotta remove any sort of fungus or bacteria that's on them from growing up in the soil. So if we get close, you can see the very tiny seeds. So these are seeds from a mouse-eared cress. So that's a mustard relative. It's in the mustard family. And so it is one of the model plants that we use for research. And so what I'm going to do to make sure that the seeds are nice and clean before I put them onto sterile medium is I am going to surface sterilize them. So how we do that? So what we do is we are going to add just a little bit of sterilization solution. So right now I am in a laminar flow hood, and what that means is it is a hood which pushes out sterile air, and that sterile air is going to pass over the sample and across to me and is going to prevent any sort of contamination. Okay, so what we do is we open up our sterilization solution here. So the sterilization solution is made of 50% bleach, as you can see from the bottle, as well as a little bit of soap. So that's the SDS part. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to add a little bit of this sterilization solution to each one. So it's about just a milliliter. So I add a little bit to each tube, like so. Close the tubes up. Okay. And then I'm just gonna whoosh, 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 whoosh. And so mixing these guys up, and that makes sure that the seeds get all coated. Oops. Throwing my seeds. So they mixed up nicely. And then we are just going to let them sit in the sterilization solution for about 20 minutes. Okay, not too long to damage the seeds, but long enough to kill any sort of fungal spores or bacteria on the surface of the seeds. So, after that, we'll be back in a minute. Alrighty, so our time is up. So what we're going to do is we're just going to remove the staining solution off the top here. And so I'm going to double check. So the seeds have just sort of sunk to the bottom of the tube because of gravity. And so we're just going to just remove all this excess staining solution. And then we're going to wash the seeds with sterile water. So I have water here. So this is double filtered and it has been boiled. So the reason we boil it is also to kill anything that might be in there. Now let's see if I can open this one hand. Try the other hand. Yes. There we go. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to take 1 ml of this sterile water. We're going to add that to our tube. And then we're going to mix up the seeds again and rinse them. Okay? So I'm actually going to do this 4 more times to make sure that the seeds have had all of the bleach and all of the soap rinsed off. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put the seeds into the fridge. Now the reason we're going to do that is we're basically tricking the seeds into thinking it's winter time. So when we cool them off, they're going to think it's winter time. So then as soon as I put them back at room temperature in the growth chamber, then what will happen is that they will germinate or start to grow. And so this process is called mineralization. And so this was actually invented by a Russian scientist way back when they had a famine in Russia because the wheat wouldn't grow. And the reason the wheat didn't grow, they normally have winter wheat, which they would plant in the fall and then would sprout in the spring. And it didn't work because they had a really warm winter and it never got cold enough. But he figured out if he put the wheat grains in a freezer first and then planted them, then they would grow. So that's all I have for today. So thanks everybody for watching. You can follow me on Twitter at DrunkPhyto, as well as I have a Facebook page called The Drunk Phytologist. And I will see you next week. Have a great week. Take care of each other. Bye.